Here we go, Math 1. The next topic we're going to talk about is finding the equation of a line through 2 points. Now, you might have done this in the past with graphs, but we're going to look about it specifically algebraically. So here's my first set of directions. Find the equation of the line through the points 1, -2, and -7, 2. Now, as you might have deduced already, you know how to do this. You've been doing this. But instead of breaking the steps apart, we're putting it all into one problem. Step number 1, find the slope, m. So I need to look at my points. The points that we have are 1, -2, and -7, 2. So I know that my x values are the 1 and the -7, and my y values are the -2 and the 2. And I have little subscripts to tell me, oh, this is x1 and y1, and then x2 and y2, to show which point the number came from. Now to find my slope, we know a formula. And again, there's many different ways to do this. Some of you liked drawing tables and finding the change in y and change in x with tables. And I'll show that in the next example. But for those of us that were enjoying subtraction, I need to subtract my y values, which gives me 2 minus -2. And as I subtract my y values, I'm going to remember that, minusing a negative or subtracting a negative really becomes an addition problem. So instead of writing 2 minus -2, this is 2 plus 2. And 2 plus 2 equals 4. Now I also need to figure out what my change in x is. So I'm going to subtract my x values and get 1 minus -7. But again, the same truth holds. I have minus a negative, which changes that middle sign into a plus. So I can say this equals 1 plus 7, or 8. Now to write the actual value for slope, that's just the change in y over the change in x, which is 4 divided by 8, or in this case, 1/2. So there's my slope. Perfect. Now here's the cool part. The rest of these steps should look really familiar to us because they're the exact same as the steps from the previous problems that we've done this week. So the only thing that changed is you had to actually calculate the slope of m. It was not given to you. But we practiced solving for slope last week. So here we go. Next step, use my equation y equals mx plus b and substitute my slope value for m. So y equals mx plus b is really going to become y equals 1/2 x plus b. Awesome. And now we move forward to more stuff that we're familiar with. I'm going to use the given point, and in this case, I can choose either one. So instead of the given point, I'll say either. I want to substitute my values in for x and y. Now, which point you choose is entirely up to you. I'm going to go ahead and choose the point 1, -2, because the numbers are a little smaller, which I like. 1 is my x, -2 is my y. So to plug them in, we get -2 equals 1/2 times 1 plus b. But for my next step, step 3, I want to solve the equation for b. So I need to get b by itself. Well, if we're going to do that, 1/2 times 1 is just 1/2. So 1/2 plus b equals -2. Then I need to subtract 1/2 from both sides. And I'm going to get that b equals -2.5. Now, if you wanted to leave this as a fraction, you would also get -5/2. Really just depends on if you're graphing this or not and how you want to show your work. So now for my final step, we're going to write the equation of my line, y equals mx plus b. But I'm going to substitute in my values that we found for m and b. So m we calculated out as 1/2, and b was a -5/2. So there is my equation of my line.